All right, here's the first question. Thoughts on gold vaulting services like Kinesis? It can be used to spend vaulted gold via debit card and get physical. I'm not a sponsor, by the way. Yeah, I know quite a bit about Kinesis. I have been researching a lot of these companies because, my bank blew up, and I'm not really talking about that yet because I'm in the middle of litigation still on that, and so the lawyers say, hey, don't really talk about everything. And so a lot of people are probably curious what's going on there. And believe me, I got a massive story to tell on what happened there. But right now I'm kind of, keeping it, on the down low while a lot of this legal stuff. And there's probably going to be more lawsuits that I'm going to file. So who knows? I could be in litigation for years with other lawsuits. Not me getting sued, me suing, right? Because all the bad stuff was done to me. I didn't do anything bad, but I had a lot of bad stuff done to me by a lot of people. But so I've been looking at a lot of companies, to be honest, that are doing. In fact, from what I can tell, I think they have so far the most robust platform I've looked at relative to some of the other people I'm talking to. They're kind of got a head start on where they are. But the whole idea behind what Kinesis is doing and what I was trying to do and what several other companies are doing is tokenizing gold. I mean, all these guys that are in Bitcoin, right, they're going to get wiped out. By the way, Bitcoin barely went up today. It's still 19,500. We are going to implode. But the thing that Bitcoin does well is it takes gold's monetary properties and improves them, but it doesn't work because it doesn't have the most important property of all, and that is gold's intrinsic value as a metal. But what Kinesis does is they hold your gold, but then it's tokenized. And so you can have, own an ounce of gold, which is worth $1,600, but it's broken down into digital, coins like Bitcoin, except now you can spend a gram of gold or a tenth of a gram or a hundredth of a gram. So it takes gold and makes it so much more liquid, so much better as a medium of exchange, so much better as a unit of account. I've been saying this even before anybody knew about Bitcoin. I wrote about this in my book, in The Real Crash. I wrote about how eventually the private sector was going to remonetize gold. Gold was going to sit in vaults, and we were going to transact in tokens that were backed by that gold. And so if you have a digital currency backed by real money, it can circulate around the world faster than Bitcoin, cheaper than Bitcoin, but it's actually viable as a medium of exchange, as a unit of account, and a store of value, three things that Bitcoin can never do. Now, the reason that these cryptocurrencies became so popular is because people thought they could get rich. And they made up this cockable story about how they can function as money. They can't. But if you have a digital token backed by gold, it will work beautifully. It'll work better than any prior gold standard because all we had in the past was paper. So a bank can hold your gold and then you can get a banknote, right? But that was, you had to physically hand somebody that banknote. But with the blockchain, with the internet, I can store gold and then get a digital currency instead of a paper currency, and now I have all the benefits of Bitcoin. The only thing you don't have, they'll say, is, well, you have to trust a third party. Big deal. What's wrong with trusting third parties? That's what capitalism is all about. Trust, reputation, branding. I mean, all these Bitcoin guys that say, well, I wouldn't trust a third party. Do they have auto insurance? That's a third party. You trust a third party to, when you put in your claim, it's a third party that's going to pay you. All insurance is based on third parties. Without third parties, there'd be no insurance industry. So this is all nonsense that you can't have a third party. Yes, you can. That's what the free market's about. And competition, third parties are going to compete. Look, Brinks stores gold for a lot of people. It's a third party. They've never lost an ounce. People have been storing gold with Brinks for 150 years, maybe more. During that time, they've never lost anybody's gold. That's a pretty damn good reputation that they don't want to lose. Even if somebody lost their gold, Brinks would make good on it because they don't want to spoil that image because it has a lot of value in the marketplace. So, yeah, I mean, I like Kinesis, and there's other platforms that are out there. And I'm going to be announcing something that I'm going to be doing with somebody, whether it's Kinesis or somebody else. The guys that bought my bank, they have a product that they didn't buy the bank. They bought the assets, unfortunately, out of receivership. But they've got something called Gcoin, and that's a token backed by gold. And there's a bunch of them out there. Believe me, I've been doing my research. This is where we're headed in crypto. Once everybody gets wiped out in all the nonsense where they were speculating, now they're going to go to what it was really all about, an alternative monetary system to the fiat crap that the central banks are putting out, and that is gold. And with the internet, with blockchain, we can take gold to the 21st century. You know what's gold 2.0? Gold. That's gold 2.0, not Bitcoin. Gold and the blockchain makes gold 2.0. Bitcoin is just Tulip Mania 2.0. Anyway, let me get back to my question.
In 2008, the banking system nearly collapsed. We bailed out the banks. Then we bankrupted some folks. And then we printed insane amounts of money to benefit the rich so they could buy bigger yachts. Eventually, it is possible that some of their wealth maybe will trickle down.
The financial system has failed us. We are suffering massive inflation now. I'm working my ass off for money that these dudes simply print out of nothing. There has got to be a better way. Should we use money backed by gold and silver like in the old days? Or perhaps are cryptocurrencies a solution?
Cryptocurrencies are worthless. They are backed by nothing. Get gold and silver instead.
No. Gold and silver are just boomer rocks. It's a relic of the past. Cryptocurrencies are the future.
Precious metals and crypto are both viable alternatives to the banking system we all hate. So why not have both? We can use them all on the same platform. Gold bugs and crypto bros are often fighting, but they need to understand one thing: precious metals and crypto are friends. They are aiming at the same goal. Crypto, gold and silver can all be used as sound money outside the banking system. And this can be done on the same platform.
I understand fiat money and crypto, but how is it even possible to use gold to buy something on Amazon or eBay?
Let me explain. Remember that when in Venezuela inflation became so high that in some areas, people started to use tiny flakes of gold as money? Now that is not very convenient, is it? But what if we store our gold and silver in a globally distributed network of fully audited and insured vaults, and use blockchain technology to register our direct and legal ownership? Now we can use it as practical money by transferring that ownership to somebody else. We can use even tiny fractions of 1 gram to pay for a beer, your groceries, or an eBay purchase.
Wait a minute. Where is the physical gold and silver located? When you don't hold it, you don't own it.
I get that. I'm a gold and silver stacker myself. I love the sound of my silver coins. Some of them I will keep forever. But I also want to use some of my gold and silver as real money. And that's where Kinesis comes in. To summarize, Kinesis KAU and KAG are a one-to-one digital representation of fully allocated physical gold and silver bullion, stored within fully insured, world-class vaulting facilities. And they are spendable as money.
Wait a minute, young man. Can I then trade my KAU and KAG in for the gold and silver that is backing it?
Of course you can. You are the owner of the gold and silver in the vault. The tokens are the proof of that ownership. Therefore, you can always redeem your metal if you want to. When you redeem, the tokens simply disappear.
Okay, can we go back to crypto for a second? You said I can use my crypto on the same platform.
That's right. The platform allows you to trade a range of crypto, and also supports a range of fiat currencies. Both are going to expand massively in the future. You can also move crypto in and use it to buy gold. Or use silver to buy crypto.
But how can I use these as real money to buy my groceries?
There are multiple ways to do that. The first one is to use the Kinesis debit card.
Can I use that for both crypto and metals?
Of course you can. You can even spend multiple currencies for the same transaction. You set the priority which balances are spent first. I have made a video showing a multi-currency payment in real time.
Wow.
But, while a debit card is nice, what excites me the most is peer-to-peer transactions using gold and silver. This way we completely bypass the banking system and card companies.
But how can people receive KAU and KAG when they don't have an account?
You can simply send the KAU or KAG to their email address. When they receive it, they can press a button in that email that prompts them to sign up, after which they can access the funds. At the moment, it even makes both the sender and receiver eligible for a 1/2 kg sign-up bonus.
So now I own 1 gram of gold in the vault. Do I need to pay for storage?
Kinesis doesn't charge storage fees. In fact, Kinesis even pays you a small yield. They share part of their revenues with users. It's a bit like a credit union, but without the credit. It's a utility-based yield.
That sounds too good to be true.
Think about it like this. Card companies like Visa and MasterCard make billions of dollars in profit. You will see none of that. But Kinesis shares more than half of its revenues with its users.
Wow. Finally, an honest monetary system with sound money that doesn't dilute people's hard-earned savings, and actually shares the benefits with its users. A platform where I can use precious metals and crypto as real money. The more people start using it, the better it will work. I'm going to tell all my friends. Together we will beat the banks and make the world a better place.